What's up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys day number 15 in my 7th annual 31 Days of Horror. This is a series in which we watch and review 31 horror films in 31 days, all during the month of October. And continuing along with the challenge that we got going on, I'm actually going to hit one of the criteria today, and that is demons. So one demon film. The film that we're talking about today, reviewing, is 1973's The Exorcist. And I've actually owned The Exorcist for quite a while on DVD in the complete anthology set, which I don't even know if I've ever dug into this set. I've always kind of avoided The Exorcist. It always seemed a little bit long. Never the biggest fan of the movie, but I do have it here. The version you've never seen from the early 2000s, as well as 1973's original theatrical version, but I didn't watch it on this disc. Actually, I went to the theater last night and got to see a screening of The Exorcist, and wow, that was something interesting. I've kind of avoided revisiting this film for quite a while, but I feel like now was the perfect time to see it, especially being in the theater. It follows a mother and her daughter, Reagan, who begins to become ill, and as this woman begins to deal with her sick daughter, she has all these tests run on her. Nothing seems to be working. None of the doctors seem to know what's wrong with her. She's getting increasingly worse, and the mother is getting increasingly worried. So she eventually kind of figures out that this might not be, you know, a physical medical condition, a disease of some kind. This might be more spiritual. Once she sees some things that are just sort of unexplainable, including some other people seeing them as well, like Reagan's body flopping around on her bed and her head spinning around and all sorts of crazy, creepy stuff. So she enlists the help of a priest named Father Karen, I believe, and he begins to work towards doing an exorcist on Reagan, because clearly it seems to be some sort of demonic possession versus just being sick. I want to say this, first of all. I love that you don't get the long, drawn-out thing of like, no, she's just sick, she's just sick. Like, it becomes quite apparent very quickly that she is possessed by the devil or a demon. And yeah, that, you know, I like that they rush that along. You also have Father Karen, who has this struggle with faith. He feels like he neglected his mother. She passed away. He's dealing with all that. I always feel like there's much more to that than the movie shows, and I actually know that somebody recently told me that, yeah, there is more to that in the book. Lot more dealing with Father Karen's mother faith thing that's going on. This movie definitely is shocking for the time. You know, the way that Reagan, you know, this little girl is, you know, cursing, and the stuff that she's doing to herself is very, very disturbing. And I will say that I think that the voice, as well as the way that Reagan looks, you know, the makeup done on her, is so scary. When she's just sitting there in the bed, it's terrifying. However, I believe because so much time has passed, whenever she cusses and, you know, says these vile things to people around her, I feel like it's becoming funny to me, and it shouldn't be. I think it's probably because I've seen it parodied and things like that. It doesn't have the shocking nature that I wish that it did. Had I seen this film maybe when I was younger, which I think I did see it pretty young, but I wish it was not funny to me, but it is actually, you know, and that's disappointing because I don't think it's meant to be. I think it's 100% just meant to be shocking. And, you know, if it was real in a serious situation, there's no way you would laugh at this. But for whatever reason, so much time has passed, I've seen it parodied, and it becomes such a pop culture thing that a lot of this stuff is unintentionally funny to me. Maybe it was because I watched it in a group or whatever, but I wish it wasn't. I really do. But it's still a very impactful film, and it has a lot of you know, generally great scenes in it, and good lighting and good atmosphere and just a cold vibe and stuff like that. Just very good. I wish that they would have used the score a little bit more, that classic Exorcist theme. I absolutely love it, and I was surprised to see that it wasn't really in the film all that much. It's really like one scene, maybe two scenes, and then the end. And that surprised me. But yeah, man, this movie is definitely really good. I've never been the biggest fan of it, but it sort of worked on all levels besides, you know, the comedic, unintentional comedic stuff for me this time. I've always known it was a good film, but I've just personally never enjoyed it that much. And I think that this film, much like The Shining for me, is a film that I know is good. I watch it, I like it, but I don't want to see it again for a very long time. And that's how I feel about The Exorcist. I seen it at a great moment in the theater. It was, you know, perfect timing. I love the experience. It hit hard. Now it's time to put it away and not watch it for a little while. And I'm coming in at a 9 out of 10 on this one. But solid movie, great stuff. It's a classic for a reason, and I understand why it's a lot of people's favorite horror film. So anyway, that is The Exorcist. See you guys tomorrow with another review. Thank you for watching.